Now I want to share with you something that literally changing my life as I speak, and I was thinking that I'll set up video settings and create a production, but I think this calls for something a bit more authentic and off the cuff. Before I record this video, I became connected with my sense and my true essence. As what I brought to share with you, I want you to receive it fully and completely. And when I speak to both of you. And when I say both of you, I mean the conscious you that is listening to me and the unconscious that is also present. Now, I felt a bit hesitant about sharing information like this because this information that I once kept secret to myself. However, it's always been present throughout everything that I've done. Yeah, some call it spirit, some call it God, some call it divine essence, and whatever you call it, that would be true for you. Yeah, they say that the same spirit that raised Christ from the dead dwells in you, and that same spirit dwells in me as well. So that's the common denominator here. So whether you're Muslim, Christian, it doesn't matter, it works for you as it does work for me. Like over the last couple of months, I've been traveling quite a lot. And during that moment, it gave me a lot of time to reflect and sit, and I learned a lot about myself and who I am. And during that time, I've been working with an amazing coach, Vanessa. I just want to send her some love. And that work also helped me to become aware of my internal operating system. And the reason why I say operating system, because I'm a retired engineer, if I can say that. And I think thinking in systems comes a bit naturally for me. So what I've been created gave a lot of structure to this inner world that we call the spiritual realm. However, I'll be talking about it in a more systematic way. Now, this ain't nothing new actually, it's just a new form of communication. Just like when Jesus came, he used seeds and he used trees and he used vines to communicate to the people of that time. And I feel like I've been called to communicate this message to my more technical, more engineering mind, audience, and maybe for men as well, because I think it's something that I needed at the very beginning. There's something inside of you that has been nudging you for a very long time, and we call that our soul. And for me, I'm gonna call this your soul operating system. And this is the invisible truth that has been guiding your behavior, emotions, those quick snaps, those time where things happen and you feel like time slips away from you, and then at the end you're wondering, I did it again. Yeah, whether it is you went to that link and you opened the porn and you masturbated again, or whether you said yes instead of saying no and went out with your friends and drink, and then after you regret it, or whether you snapped at your partner and it turned into a fight, or whether you snapped at the kids and then it just plays over and over again as if it's on autopilot, and then after you forget what happens. And the reason why that happened is because your soul operating system has been running scripts that weren't installed by you. And when I say scripts, what do I mean? Well, if you're an engineer or programmer, you'll understand how a script works, right? It's a program that has been written and left to run, to execute a particular function. And these functions are set on autopilot, so that way we can just focus on other things. And when your soul operating system, it works the same. The funny part, those scripts were written by culture, those scripts were written by your parents, those scripts were written by a version of yourself that didn't know better. That 8-year-old that felt abandoned when his father left, not knowing that his father was navigating his internal demons as well. That 13-year-old that felt pressure into performing, and became the class clown. And in your soul operating system, I mapped them across 5 subsystems. And one of the reasons why all the meditation, all the affirmation and the journaling is not working is because you're literally just scratching the surface of what the real problem is. However, with the soul operating system, this is a system level transformation where we debug your internal operating system. And when we debug something, it's not that we're going to add anything new or taking out anything. It's not broken. It's just that we need to put in the right code so that it can run at its best. So we debug your soul operating system on 5 levels. And take notes of these, right? I'm going to make it sound a bit technical, but I'm going to bridge them with the layman terms that everybody may understand. So even though you're not technical, you can still follow. Now, the first layer of the system, yeah, this is the belief layer. And I'll label this your BIOS, yeah? So BIOS, yeah, you engineers people know what I'm talking about. So this system would include all of your cultural and inherited beliefs. The next system is your modules. This is the emotional layer. Usually this part tends to be quite fragmented, and when you know this part is out of alignment, you would be feeling things like part of me feel like this, part of me feel like that. So it's like you're fragmented and you're never really decisive in your decision making. And then the next layer is your identity layer. This is your kernel. And coming down to the next layer is what we call the console, which is the interface. This is your expression layer, your action and how you express yourself in real time. And the final layer, which is in the physical realm, we call this the habit layer, or we call it the alignment field. Now, if you're able to debug all of these layers, you would become more in alignment with your truth. I mean, when you make decisions, you don't think you're just being because you know it's right. When you shop in spaces, you emanate a level of vibrancy and trust with the people around you, that you create trust. You don't just react to the old patterns that is running you. You become aware of the patterns, and then you can reprogram them in real time so you can make a more decisive decision. You're no longer fragmented. You're unified in your being. So it's one person making the decision. And even when your partner is not in alignment, you can also see their truth and have compassion and empathy for them. Now, if you're ready to explore something new and something magical, I'd like to invite you to go on this journey with me as I'm creating it, because this is something that I believe that, you know, that God impressed upon me, the idea. So I'm literally developing this in real time, and I'm learning as I develop it. Yeah. So go ahead, drop a comment, scan, and we can set up your initial soul scan, where we first scan all your different subsystems to identify where can you have your biggest breakthrough in life right now. That was real, that was authentic. I'm gonna keep it like this now. That's 8 minutes. Hopefully this would be a YouTube video, so that way, you know, it's not on the quick social media slide. I want these to be more authentic, and as I'm sharing and documenting my journey, it'd be great to see who this resonates with. Big up yourself.